on.
Did I tell you?
Put on the mic.
The marching band came down along Main Street. The soldier blues fell in behind. I looked across and there I saw Billy waiting to go and join the line. And with the hand upon his shoulder, his young and lovely fiancée. From where I stood, I saw she was crying, and through her tears I heard her say, Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life.
Did I nail it? Did I nail it? I told you. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Wriggle's Picks.
The extra.
Folks, I was singing a song to Darren before you joined us, where I was singing, Darren, you're a tool, you're a jerk off, and all this really fun, great stuff, and everybody's having a lot of fun. Claire was loving it. We were all laughing at Darren. It was so much fun. Everybody in the studio, friends that are in the studio, the audience, and we were having so much fun. And I said, "Have you ever heard that song before?" And it was very fun. Darren said, "Of course I've heard that song because people sing that to him all the time." But I said, the melody, it comes from Billy Don't Be a Hero. He says, no such song exists, and now you know.
I can probably pick out 7 or 8 total lies in that introduction.
What?
But it's good to see it. And we need to redo that song. Riggle, don't be a hero. Because, it's
What?
a great song. It makes you dance.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a hit song back in. It sounds like the Partridge Family.
Very.
Or Sean Cassidy.
It's the bells. It's the 60s sound.
Yeah.
It's the 60s
it's the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, it's kind of Phil Spector-y. You don't know what I mean.
I know Phil Spector, but you think it's Phil Spector? He was more of a.
It reminds me of like
more of a doo-wop, wasn't it?
No, he was. Well, he's known for this thing called the Wall of Sound.
Oh yeah.
Big sound.
Yeah.
Big hair, big sound.
Well, God bless.
Well,
why you make that face?
Because I think he did some things that were not God bless worthy.
Oh. Are you talking about in the music realm, or
No.
are you talking about in his life?
Definitely God bless worthy, and I mean, if you're into God, but in his life, I think he did some stuff that was not savory.
Well, wasn't he convicted?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, of course.
Yeah, he did some stuff.
Yeah. We're not celebrating that. We're just talking about music now.
Yes, and I love that was what was in your head. I don't love the lyrics you sang, but you're creative, and that's a plus.
I wrote a song just for you.
Yeah. Well.
So I guess that's what you get when you write a song for your buddy. Duly noted. Claire, will you make a note of that, please?
Yep. Already made.
I think most of the time, if you write a song for a friend or a buddy, it's words in the song would be uplifting, encouraging, happy, like, "Hey, Riggle, I think you're cool, and this is awesome," right? But instead,
I like that lyric.
I'm just
that was good.
Riffing.
That was so good. I got to write that down because I'm actually I might turn that into a song.
Okay. Are you going to start cutting music?
I don't know what I'm doing, but yes.
Okay. You're still writing.
Oh yeah, I'm still because it was a good.
Yeah.
It was
Riggle, don't be.
You were saying something about super cool.
You're super cool, and all the chicks dig you. You're cool.
Chicks dig
right.
you. Okay.
Riggle, you work out and you put on the lotion, and then you cruise around town. Everybody's checking you out, and you're feeling groovy in your boots, Ugg boots, and shutting dolphin shorts. That's a sweet look.
Hold on, Ugg boots or just any boots? Ugg boots?
No, tall Ugg boots, but rolled down so you see the fur. How much would it take? How much would it take for you to
short dolphin shorts?
Bro, yeah, with the different
shorts,
different panels like the white and then the blue.
I know.
Short shorts.
Yeah.
Dolphin shorts from the 80s.
Yes.
Ugg boots rolled down.
Yeah.
And a gold chain with an Italian horn on it.
Yeah.
Greased up.
Oh, of course.
Oiled down. Yeah. Super tan.
Yeah.
Tooling down the boulevard. How much?
What do you mean, how much? That's what I do.
No, how much really would it take for you to cruise down?
Venice Beach?
No, because that's not super odd there. Rodeo Drive.
Rodeo?
Yeah. Just cruising. And you have an umbrella. And it's open. How much? Like, you got to walk 1 mile, a loop on Rodeo.
Nothing. It would cost me nothing. I'd do it for free.
You would?
Well,
Can we film it for the podcast? I'm just saying, dude, you've done a lot of stuff in your career.
yeah.
You've done a lot of stuff, and you've gotten paid. Let's just face it. There's a lot of stuff you did for free coming up, but now you're at a point where you command a salary, right?
Not really, but I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying.
Well, no one's going to pay me to walk around oiled up on Rodeo Drive.
I'm definitely not going to. I'm just curious how much, what your threshold for that would be. Is it $1,000 to you? Is
it cash? Cash is different.
It's cold hard cash, tax free.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Cash
I got a
is different.
stack. It's 1G. You got to walk 1 mile all greased up. Would you do it
For a G?
for a G?
No, I need 2 Gs.
Would you do it for 2? I know this. I'm thinking you're up at around 12. You'd consider it for 12, maybe.
Well, only because, have you seen prices lately?
Yeah, it's cost of living's high.
It's
I get it.
crazy. I'm not kidding. I went to a sandwich shop. A sandwich shop.
Okay. Yeah.
I got 1 sandwich.
Uh-huh.
No chips, no drink, no cookie.
Let me guess.
1 sandwich.
Yeah.
And this is a widely known chain.
Okay.
And it wasn't even for me. It was for my son. But I got the long.
Okay.
The longest one you can get.
Yeah.
But still, just the sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
I understand. Let me guess.
In California, I want you to just, and again, no drink, no accoutrement, just a freaking sandwich, and not even loaded up. Just like a
turkey sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay. Turkey sandwich with basics.
It literally was a turkey sandwich with cheese, and some of the stuff they spray on it.
Okay.
That's it. That was it.
$15.
$33.
You shut your mouth.
That's a fact. It's a stone cold fact.
$33?
I saved the receipt because I thought the guy was insane. I said, "Have you lost your mind?" And he goes, "That's just the way it is now." I'm like, "Well, this is the last time you're ever going to see me, so let's be real clear." And then I gave him the bird. I stuck my fingers in all of his stuff.
Oh, God. I wish I could have seen that.
Yeah.
That's
I felt
awesome.
bad a little bit. But what are you going to do? Sometimes prices are too high and you got to tell somebody.
If they don't know, they don't know.
Yeah.
And you told them.
Yeah.
$33 for real?
I'm not kidding. I don't get shocked anymore. I was dumbfounded to the point where I said, "Are you serious?" I actually said
I
it.
totally believe you, dude. I believe you.
Yeah.
It's let's just say it. I'm going to say it. You can bleep this if you want. It's fucked. It is.
Well, that's how I feel. It makes me mad. It makes me mad that because it's not just like, I understand prices incrementally go up.
That's
over time,
ridiculous.
But this was a quantum leap in sandwich pricing. And if it's it's everywhere, and I'm seeing it everywhere. Prices are out of control.
What do we do about it?
Well, you gotta change the policies. That's it.
God.
It comes down to economic policies. You got to change it, and you got to stop flooding the economy with money. You can't. It's called quantitative easing. Quantitative easing. All it does is just. Of course, it's going to lead to inflation. You can't just flood
Okay, here's my
the
question
economy
now.
with cash.
Do you think in our lifetimes, because you and I, we're not spring chickens,
Yeah.
right? So we're like at that mid-level, right?
Yeah.
Where if all goes well, we should live to, another 40, 30,
God willing.
35, and 40. Okay. Do you think in our lifetimes that the S will hit the F and it's all going to explode? Or do you think there might be some relief somewhere where we're going to keep navigating this thing that we do, this this economy and
Yeah, listen. The economy is always going to be doing this, but it's always doing. Now we've taken big moves.
I get it.
I mean, from the time of G.W. Bush to now, the national debt's tripled, quadrupled. It's out of control. So that's in this time frame compared to the whole time frame.
know.
But listen, no, we're not going to self-destruct. These are man-made problems. They're man-made solutions. Everybody starts to spin themselves into a panic frenzy. Don't do it. You just have to. It's like anything else. If you get too large, if you get too fat, you got to go on a diet.
I hear that.
And when the inflation gets too much, you got to make some changes in the way you do business. That's all, and it brings it back down, and things get reasonable again.
All right.
This
Well,
happens.
$33 for a sandwich is not cool.
In California,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Dude, you know what I read yesterday?
I mean, even groceries. I'm trying desperately not to eat out anymore. But
Dude,
even a grocery store, it's killer.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
anymore. I read yesterday that in California, in the not so distant future, auto insurance is going to increase by 50%.
See, now this is where I don't like the government to get involved much
Right.
because I don't think they do necessarily that great of a job in certain fields, especially business.
Right.
But if business is going to run amok, you see, what people don't understand is, or I mean, they do. I don't want to, people understand things, but what they don't think about or focus on enough is whether it's a mom and pop store or a major corporation, they're not cutting their profit margin.
Right.
So what does that mean?
We get screwed.
That means the consumer just have to pay more.
Right.
So, because they're not going to say, oh, yeah, you know what, we'll be the good guys and we'll just take less. No.
Right.
They're going to keep their profit margins where they are, which means if it costs, it all goes up, whether it's mom and pop or a corporation.
The whole thing's rough.
Yeah. So it ain't good.
No.
But why did I bring that up? What did you say before?
I said you command a salary.
No. To make me think about the
Sandwich?
yeah.
I love sandwiches.
I forget what we were talking about.
So do I.
Huh.
What were we talking about? Claire?
She's not listening. Claire?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
what?
Claire, were you listening to us at all? Listening to the show at all?
Yeah. You said something about how I've become fat, and I didn't really hear a lot after that.
Nailed it.
Okay, she was listening.
She's paying attention. Atta girl, Claire. You got an atta girl.
Hey,
What?
notice anything different?
I do. Pick me. I do.
Claire, do you notice it? Okay, Darren goes.
You shaved your beard.
I did.
Dude, I got to tell you, it looks good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks good. And I'm not even going to make a joke.
I had a beard for about a year and got very used to it. Had to shave it off for a role I just did. And I'm not going to lie, it took me about a day or two to get used to my face again.
Do you like not having a beard or do you miss having a beard? Which one do you prefer more?
I like both, but I did like not shaving every day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you
it's
trim
nice.
it?
The beard?
Did you trim it up regularly?
Not regularly, but
Okay.
every
You went
now-
wild, man.
for a while. Once again, I could always look at it and be like, ugh,
Yeah.
it's getting crazy. I need to take it down now.
It looks sharp. Looks good like that.
Yeah, now I'm shaved up,
Yeah.
crisp
Are you,
and clean.
You going to keep it clean?
Yeah, for a while,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna get.
You should go to a big old mustache.
I'm thinking about it.
You should. Chicks dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of, here's the deal. A lot of them in the early stages, as you probably know, they're like, oh, it's prickly. It hurts my face. But I like it. But it hurts. But I like it. That's the girls' voices.
Okay. Yeah, like that.
It hurts and it hurts and it hurts. But I like it.
Okay.
But then I think it grows out to a point where it gets soft enough, and then it's a pleasure center.
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
Oh Jesus.
What?
I don't know. You know, it's funny you did the girl voice. Where you do. Wait, but all guys. I do love and appreciate how all guys have when they imitate their girlfriend. They're like, "Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh." But women are just as bad.
You got real specific about their own girlfriend. I was doing a general one.
I'm doing general.
Okay.
I'm doing general. But everybody has their general,
Yeah.
the opposite sex voice.
What? Totally.
Okay, so, but when men do their opposite sex voice, they do,
Or the cackle.
and then when girls do their opposite, they go, duh, duh. What?
So anyway.
Where am I?
Yeah.
What planet am I on? Where are my pants? Am I right, Claire?
That is so true.
Did you hear? She just went, that's so true.
That's so true.
See, this is what we're dealing with, folks.
We're bringing genders together.
Yeah, well, let's bring it together. Let's do an honest representation.
Okay, ready?
Of one another.
Here's my impersonation of Claire.
Okay.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, see, that was nice.
That was deeper than Claire.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, but it's pleasant. It's
Yeah.
pleasing to the ear.
She has a nice voice.
It's not.
No,
So
but-
now, Claire, you do us.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob Riggle. And I'm Darren Leader.
You
Spot on.
kind of nailed it.
Spot on.
I have a very nasally voice.
Yeah,
I do.
You do.
There's a lot of resonance here.
We get so many letters
About my voice?
about your voice. and
Seriously?
How it drives everybody nuts. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Look, if you're a listener of the show and you don't like my voice, tell me. Okay, not you.
I thought you were asking.
I was talking to the peeps.
Got it.
I was talking to the peeps.
My bad. My bad.
The keyboard cowboys.
My bad.
It's aggressive when you do that.
I'm sorry. That's why I said immediately. Sorry.
All right, I'll talk like this. Is that cool? Is that better? That's better. Better EQ on the
God,
voice.
that's terrible too.
What's wrong with that?
I hate that.
I
I don't like it. I don't approve.
I'm going back to my voice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
You know we have an episode today. We have a special episode.
Tell me about it. What's the special episode?
This episode, we got on some crazy tangents.
Well, it's been, we haven't seen each other in a while. It's good to catch up.
It is, and talk about sandwich prices.
Well, it's because I've had enough. I've had it.
Dude,
I've had it.
I am with you.
I've had it with the prices, man.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's insane. I really don't know how anybody's going to survive.
That was my question. Like,
Yeah.
how do we keep going?
Yeah.
How do we keep going, Rob?
Slowly and painfully.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's like no lube. Just dry.
You know what people need to focus on?
What?
Staycations,
Okay.
groceries, more than restaurants,
Uh-huh.
and cookouts with friends, and being more social. We're gonna have to go, put down your phones and get together if you want entertainment.
I love
because
that.
no one's gonna. You can't do anything anymore.
No,
do you know
how-
how much it costs to go to Disneyland? Do you know how much it costs to go to a baseball game?
You know what?
I took the family to the movies. Mm-hmm. I'm not kidding you. It was stupid. It was stupefying
It's depressing.
how much it cost to get the tickets and then to get the treats.
Dude.
The concessions were more than the tickets, and the tickets were ridiculous.
So Claire is here. She's in Disneyland mode these few days.
Yeah.
Claire, can you tell us how much it was to get into Disneyland?
I also had a hotel, so I only know the full price.
Go ahead, give me the full price.
$2,000.
$2,000. How many days, Claire?
2.
2 days.
And did you wait in line? And were your fast passes awful? And the bag of chips and the water you got, were they about $25 a pop?
My water, I think, was $5.
$5 for water.
$2,000
I thought it was
for 2
free in
days.
California.
Yeah. No. Free?
Don't they have to serve you water for free?
No.
No,
What if you're... But that's a need.
not in my California.
No.
No, it's not a need. It's a luxury now.
They'll let you die.
Yep, right there at Disneyland.
They'll stare at you.
And Goofy will drag your corpse off the pavement and just shove you in the bushes. There's bodies everywhere there.
What do you think Magic Mountain is full of?
Humans.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Well, nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, today's episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's going on today?
We're doing a tribute to you today. I didn't want to do it, but we're doing... What?
Hold on.
Well, it came up in the
So-
in the monthly meeting.
But that's your lead. That's your how you intro.
No, I thought
They're doing it.
maybe let me try it again. We're doing an episode it's dedicated to you, Rob, and everybody's really excited about talking about you.
I don't feel like that's the case. Okay, you're looking away. Your body language.
No, somebody was flagging me down.
No one's over there.
Somebody's over there.
Your body language is screaming pain.
No, it's not. You know what? I'll tell you this. We do this podcast. We're homies.
Yeah.
We don't really talk. We don't talk about work all that much. You know, you do what you do, and the only thing we talk about when it's work is whether you're in town or not, so we can hang and golf, right?
Pretty much.
But-
and if I have to shave my beard off.
Right. And we find that out after,
Right.
Because you don't announce that.
I don't.
No, but I have a list of your movies, you've been in, and this episode we're calling Mount Robmore because this is going to be the Mount Rushmore of Rob Riggle movies, and I have a whole list here, and I'm gonna just read off a couple names of movies that you've done. Maybe people have heard of them, maybe they haven't.
Okay,
you ready?
Yeah.
And this starting in the 2000s. I've got Pushing Tom, Blackballed, the Bobby Duke story, Talladega Nights, very, very, very popular movie. Unaccompanied Minor, Step Brothers, The Goods, The Hangover, Killers, The Other Guys, Furry Vengeance, Going the Distance, Larry Crown, Nature Calls, 21 Jump Street, The Lorax, 21 and Over, 22 Jump Street, Let's Be Cops, Dumb and Dumber 2, Hell and Back, Absolutely Anything, The Wedding Ringer, 12 Strong, Midnight Sun, Night School, The War with Grandpa, The Lovebirds, The Main Event, Resort to Love, and the opening act.
Okay.
All of those.
There's a lot.
That's a lot of shit.
So what do you want to know?
I'm gonna ask you. I picked 5. I was supposed to pick 4 because Mount Rushmore has 4 heads on it. I picked 5. On Mount Robmore, there's 5 movies, and I want to ask you about these movies.
All right.
Okay, and we'll go in chronological order. And I think most people will want to know about these movies in particular, but I might throw in an asterisk movie. So the first movie, going back to the 2000s, that we want to know about is Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
Yes, you played Jack Telmont.
Yes. I was a former race driver turned sportscaster. Went to North Carolina where they were making the film and filmed for just one day.
One day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And had a pretty big scene where I'm reacting to Sacha Baron Cohen's character, the French driver.
He's awesome in that.
Yes. And, my reaction is, as any NASCAR driver, former NASCAR driver would be, was just shock. And, like, what am I seeing? Who's this French Indy driver, trying to race in NASCAR? And so I had, all kinds of reactions and, tantrums and confusion and, just saying a bunch of ridiculous things. And, we had a blast.
How was it working with Sacha?
I didn't get to work with him.
Oh, you didn't?
No, but I was working with Adam McKay, who's
Okay.
Academy Award-winning director.
Of course. Was Adam throwing things at you?
Yeah, he always does. And,
Yeah.
and so he was throwing some great stuff out. We were having a great time. We were laughing. We couldn't get through some takes because it was ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah. And then the movie comes out, and like what happens oftentimes, it gets cut way down. And so it really got cut down to like 1 or 2 sentences and a shocked look on my face, and that
man.
was it.
When that happens,
Yeah.
are you just like, damn it?
Well, yeah, because that you remember that there was some funny lines, and you're like, oh, that would have been funny. But what I learned after making movies is, especially when you improv things, if they may be hilarious, but if it's not serving the story or if it's going off on too far of a tangent,
It's on the floor.
if they're going to leave it behind because there's only 90 minutes,
Right.
and they shoot a lot of stuff.
How long did you shoot for, hours wise?
I don't know, probably
5?
No, not that long. Probably 3 hours.
3
2
hours.
2 or 3 hours. Yeah.
And how many different reactions do you think you gave? Like
a
it
bunch,
just
a
like
bunch.
40, 30?
No, not that many. But for that day,
Yeah.
it was probably 20. I don't know.
Still a
20.
lot.
Because they do all kinds of coverage. They're shooting here, shooting there, and each different place they do it, you try something, or you stay close to what you did before in the master, but then you can play a little more as they push in and do
Start
different.
stretching.
Yeah, they do some angles and stuff, and there's things where I got up and like started tearing apart the set, and just like, so it went all the way from here down to here as far as reaction goes. And you always hope, like, oh man, it'd be great if some of this stuff got in. And then when you see the final cut, you're always like, well,
it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, he's no slouch as a director.
No, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing.
You'd work with him again?
In a heartbeat.
Okay.
In a heartbeat.
Well, Adam, call me. I call him Ad.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, Ad Mac.
I just call him Mr. McKay.
Well, if you really know him, it's Ad Mac. Anyway, that is the first movie on Mount Robmore. The second movie on Mount Robmore, Step Brothers.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite movies. Only because we improvised so much. Also, Adam McKay movie. We improvised so much on that movie. You could make a whole nother movie with what was left on the cutting room floor. And if you go to clips, bloopers, you'll see some hilarious takes.
Funnier than
so
what's in the
many
movie?
People.
I guess it's up to you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's just different,
Right.
versions. So many fun things, and they film so much, and then it's always interesting. Again, it goes back to they only have so much time.
Right.
And and the thing is, when you only have that much time, you want to see Will and John C. Reilly. That's what you want to see. You want to see more of them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, not to stroke you, but I'm gonna you're really, really good in movies. Funny.
You're very kind to say that, but that was a fun movie. So I will say that.
You enjoy that movie?
Yeah, because it was heavy improv.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like your roots.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I do love it.
Did you improv with Will Ferrell on stage? Ever?
At SNL, he was a guest when I was on the show, and I got to play with him there a little bit. And then when we were on, like the other guys,
that movie, dude.
He was always down for just doing a bit, and so we would sit there between takes or whatever and talk about the most random stuff, but it was always a bit. It was never serious,
So, okay, let's go to the third movie.
Yeah.
On Mount Robmore.
Yeah.
The Other Guys.
Okay.
You looked very different back then than you do to me.
Huh. In what way, Darren?
Well, I'd say your fitness level is tight right now. I'm just gonna say
I was big.
You were a big boy.
I was a big boy.
And let's just say you were an asshole in that movie, and I loved it. It was really, really great.
I got my partner was Damon Wayans Jr.
Oh, he's great too.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Love him.
You still talk?
Funny. Oh yeah, funny. I got to do Let's Be Cops with him, and I think he's hilarious, and he's hardworking, and he's down for anything.
Who wrote Let's Be Cops? Do you know?
I don't know who wrote Let's Be Cops.
Okay.
But the other guys.
Yeah.
So he and I were partners, and we're so desperate to be the next.
You're cool guys.
The next studs,
yeah.
right? And so we view Will and Mark as competition. Yeah,
Yeah.
And so we're just the worst. We're the worst.
Yeah.
To them.
Oh, total douche nozzles.
Yeah. And then of course we're trying too hard, and we're wearing glasses and talking smack, but it was really. That was another blast because we got to improvise a ton.
Did you have?
And by that point I had worked with Adam and Will, and so I got a little more comfortable.
Right.
And I remember there was a scene where Will and Mark's characters come back, Terry, and what was
I can't remember his name.
Terry Hoyt and Alan Gamble. So it was Alan and Terry, their characters. They came back and they were like shoeless, or I think they had just come back from something. They had screwed up basically, and they came back. They came back to the precinct. And the line is like, "What are you going to do next? Find your suspects on YouTube," and it's the dumbest. Like, it's not even like a punchline, right?
Right.
But well, I said to everybody, I go when I say this, because it was a line, right? It was like, where are you finding your suspects? YouTube. And I said, when I say it, erupt, like you've never heard anything. So Will and Mark didn't know, right? So they come in and they're like, hey, what's going on? There's all this dialogue, and so we're going back and forth, and then it comes to my line, and I go, I go, what are you going to do? Find your suspects on YouTube? And everybody goes, ah! People, the reaction, like all the cops in Squad Bay just went nuts. They were like knocking shit off the.
Amazing.
And everybody went crazy. And the look on Will's face, it was the most pleasing thing. He was utterly shocked. He was like, what is happening? Like, he couldn't believe the reaction. Like,
That's awesome.
And then he stayed in character, you know.
Yeah.
And he was like, and then the captain comes out.
Keaton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He goes, you two, I want to see you in my office right now. So they start walking, and he looks back and goes, that is not proportionate. That is not proportionate to what he said.
So, dude, that's
And
so
I don't think that made the movie. You know, it's just things like that were,
Ah,
you know, ridiculous, but fun. Like, that was the vibe on those movies. It was so fun. That's why I love making comedies, man. Comedies are so fun because you're generally there with other really talented people who, you know, want to have fun. And if they get it, which means let's service.
they're in on it.
Service the scene, not
Right.
yourself.
Right.
Then, you know, you get great stuff. You get great stuff.
You know, those comedies kind of went away. Comedies went away when everything got super sensitive, and it's time. It's time for Admac to write another one and bring back the crew because, dude, we're missing that.
Yeah.
We're missing it. How was it to work with Michael Keaton?
The best.
Because, you know, he was. Remember that? What was that movie?
I learned a great lesson from him too.
What was the
I think
lesson?
I even talked about it when we had Neil on the show. We were filming the other guys, and we were at the funeral scene. So we're all in our dress blues, and we're out at this actual cemetery in Brooklyn. And I had an audition that day in New York.
Oh.
So when I got done filming, because I was only filming in the morning, and then I was going to go do this audition in the afternoon, and I was bitching about it. I was like, because I think it was a drama, and I was bitching about it, and I was like, oh man, and lamenting, right, about like, I got to go do this audition this afternoon, and auditioning sucks.
Right.
It does. It's hard. It sucks. It's not fun. It's awkward. It's hard. It's stressful. It's a bunch of things.
Sure.
Cool ain't one of them.
All right.
So I was bitching. I was bitching about it, and he kind of, you know, corrected my attitude a little bit. And I think I said something to the effect like, oh, I got to be all actory, you know, because it's a drama. I got to. You were
poo-pooing it.
I was poo-pooing it. I got to emote, and I got to do this. And he was like, don't belittle what we do. I mean, he got mad about it, you know, and he was like, don't belittle what we do. What we do is important. What we do takes skill. What we do takes effort. You have to focus. You have to know what you're doing. Not everybody can do this job, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, and you should look at auditions as an opportunity, you know, the way you're looking at it. And he wasn't a dick about it, but he was firm.
He was educating you.
Yeah, and I took his correction. I didn't get butthurt. That's a problem with, I think, a lot of people these days.
Yeah.
You know, they're not open to receiving any kind of correction. And I thought about what he said. I thought about it. I thought, well, this guy obviously knows what he's doing.
A little bit.
He's really experienced. He's really talented. He's really good. And if this is his mindset, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to adopt that mindset. And so I did.
Did you get the part?
No, I didn't get the part.
Okay.
But I agree with him to this day.
Right.
I think I'm glad he corrected me.
That's you know, what was the movie that he did? Night Shift? Was it?
Oh my God, it's one of the best with Henry Winkler.
One of the best.
Love Broker.
Dude. If you haven't seen Night Shift,
Go see it. And it still holds up. Well, I don't know if it holds up. I think it holds up. It was made in 1982, man.
it was awesome.
And it still plays. I love the premise. Two guys
In a
working the
morgue?
night shift at a morgue, and they turn it into a party thing, and
Were they running?
they're
girls?
pimps, yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, but it was just a
Fonzie, the reluctant pimp.
yeah, and it was I think it was Ron Howard's like one of his first movies.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of his first movies, and it was a comedy, and Michael Keaton was just so standout.
He
in
was
that.
a nut.
Yeah.
It's so. That's one of those guys that he was like Howie Mandel was a nutty stand-up, and he's become this like fairly serious, but funny guy.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton the same way. He started off like bouncing off the walls, but now he can play heavy roles.
Well, I think there's a lot of comedians out there that have a talent for drama. They're just never asked to do it.
Yeah.
Because they nail the comedy.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
you do it. You've done it.
I try, but there's not you don't get opportunities all that often. But whenever I do get an opportunity, I take it. But Michael Keaton definitely,
That guy's
and Robin Williams, like these people you mentioned, Vince Vaughn, I think, is great.
He's
fantastic.
He's a killer actor.
And so, I think I'm always grateful to Michael Keaton for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Back to Mount Robmore.
That should be it, right?
No, that's only 3, bro. I'm paying attention. Yeah, I know my glasses are funny looking because I can't get them under.
You can't get them under your earphones.
All right. Let's talk about The Hangover.
Todd Phillips directed it. Todd Phillips I knew back in New York, and so happy that he asked me to do it. And
Did he ask you specifically?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I could be wrong. I didn't audition. I got offered it, but I was on the Daily Show at the time.
Okay.
And the Daily Show wouldn't let me out. I think I wanted to try to be one of the guys in The Hangover, but the Daily Show wouldn't let me out for.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't blame them. They're not paying me to do movies; they're paying me to do the Daily Show.
Right.
So I understood, but I remember I was like, I don't have much time. I can't get things. I can only give you a
few
day.
days, yeah.
And I have to take vacation. So anyway, I managed to finagle a day or two out of my schedule magically,
right?
And got myself out to L.A. and got to play Officer Franklin. And again, that was a movie full of improv. And I thank Todd for trusting me to do improv because he had seen me at the Upright Citizens Brigade in New York. And I think he just kind of was like, I'm fine with it. What do you got?
He trusts you.
Let me hear what you're going to do. And I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try this. Or I would just do it in a take. And he'd be like, that was awesome. Do the exact same thing. So
and your partner, what was her name? Do you remember?
Cleo.
She's amazing.
Cleo's fantastic. She's wonderful, funny lady, and she was down to play too. She was so when she would say "not up in here," all I did was echo her.
It was great,
right? But that's not in the script, right?
Okay.
Not you, fat Jesus, not in the script. You're holding 50,000 volts, little man. Don't be afraid to ride the light. Not in the script. None of that stuff was in the script. In the face, not in the script. All that stuff because it had just this. When I'm sitting there coaching him, right? That was just stuff that because it was supposed to be this long, dramatic, almost like Jaws music or something.
Right.
And I just started talking to fill the gap, right? Fill the void with coaching. Because to me, if I'm playing this guy, Officer Franklin, who's a bit of a nutbag and who's enjoying this too much,
loves the pain,
loves the fact that he gets to pay these idiots back with this. This is what he would be doing. He'd be coaching this kid,
Yeah.
I like the intensity, Don't be afraid to ride the lightning, little man, And then when he starts to panic, I go, finish him, don't let this opportunity get away. Those are just natural reactions,
Yeah.
And they played. So
they played.
Yeah. So that's again, if a director will trust you enough, to play a little bit. Now, some people go off the rails and they go too far. Don't do that. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. We're gonna have to hold everything. This is my daughter.
Okay.
And I'm expecting this call. Hi, honey. You're on the show right now. Do you know that?
On speaker.
Hold on. So don't say anything too terrible because you're actually on the podcast right now.
All right. I'll keep it PG.
Okay. Can I call you right back because I want to hear what's going on?
Of course.
Yeah, okay. She was back at school.
Oh.
I don't want to get the
Abby
details.
back at school.
Yeah. All right.
Call me back whenever.
I'll call you back in just a couple minutes.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
See, you raised her right. You raised her to say bye. I think a lot of youngsters don't. They just hang up now.
Oh, do they really?
It's rude as hell.
That's rude AF.
Yeah, it's rude AF. They're like, "Hey, dude." I'm like, "All right, cool, man. I'll see you later."
No, they don't.
They do.
Claire, do you know about this?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
It's a manners issue.
Well, manners in general,
Suck.
not just with the youth, across the board.
People.
People.
It's a people thing.
It's a people thing.
Yeah.
I blame this.
I totally agree with you.
I blame that.
Yeah, we need to get rid of the
We
phones.
at least had a foundation before this came along.
Yeah, you had to interact with other humans, and
And you had to learn
If
the,
you
the
didn't-
art of conversation. You had to learn how to look people in the eye. You had to learn not every interaction has to be confrontational or life or death. You know, sometimes you can just say you can disagree without trying to murder each other,
yeah,
you know, or you can just, stop talking and go away. You know, like
and you
everybody,
can shut it off.
Everybody's crazy now.
I know.
Okay. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We're on Mount Robmore, and we were talking about The Hangover, and that was a legendary performance that you gave in that one. And so we're gonna go on. I'm gonna make these.
I could almost hear people typing in their comments right now.
What would they be saying?
They'd be saying, "Screw Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Did he come up with this idea for this episode?"
Let me be clear.
Okay.
Rob came up with this idea for this episode.
Right when you said that, I was like, he's gonna fuck me on this.
Dude, you know what? No, he did not. You did not. This was something that I spoke to Gary about. Gary is not here again. I don't know where Gary is.
Nobody does.
But Gary and I spoke about this, and he had the idea to do the movies. I decided to call it Mount Robmore because I'm clever.
I like that.
I'm just clever.
I like it. By the way, we're gonna do. Claire, can you please put up a poll on Riggle's Picks?
Who they like
Which,
better?
by the way, go to Twitter. You can go to YouTube. You can go to
Instagram.
any of your social media outlets to find Riggle's Picks.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put a poll up there to determine where the audience thinks Gary is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's in the desert doing peyote. You think?
I think he's doing ayahuasca with an ancient tribe in Fiji.
In Fiji.
Yes.
Okay. Claire, do you want to put in a where do you think Gary is?
I think he's at a wedding for somebody he met 4 weeks ago.
Oh, that sounds like Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, he will shirk his responsibilities to go to weddings. I think it's the free food.
It's the open bar and free food.
Sandwiches are expensive.
Gary's never walked away from an open bar.
No.
I also think Gary is underneath Darren's foot.
Right now? Like right now?
Like right now.
Please don't look. Don't do
It's
it.
so tempting.
I know. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah, you're fighting something over
No, I'm
there.
not. We're going to talk about Mount Robmore. Wherever Gary is. Gary, if you're listening or if you're not.
We hope you're okay, Gary. I hope you're okay. I don't. Where's the rest of the team? I assume.
I hope you're not sawed in half.
Oh no! You think he's a magician assistant again?
Maybe. He keeps trying it. He loves Siegfried and Roy.
Just stick with producing, Gary. You don't have to be a magician assistant. It's never worked out.
No?
It's never gone well.
No. Who's cooler, David Copperfield or Doug Henning?
Copperfield.
Okay.
Henning was crazy, man.
I know. His pictures of him in his unitard, his rainbow unitard.
No, it was but rainbow suspenders, wasn't it?
No, that was Mork.
Well, I know that, but it was also him. He had suspenders.
I'm pretty. If Claire,
Oh, maybe I do remember the unitard.
Claire, can you pull up Doug Henning with two N's, please?
Oh, jeez, how do you know that?
I don't know. And you'll notice in these okay,
Oh my God.
the crystal ball,
There,
dude.
there. Oh yeah, but you're right. It's rainbow
Yeah,
colors.
his rainbow vest. Look at him, the feathered hair, bro. That is soup
Okay,
tight.
I'm not gonna lie. His look is powerful.
Look at the one where he's holding the triangle. Can we blow that one up? Look how the teeth, the stash, the feathers, the sun, the glitter, the spandex. Game over.
That's showmanship. That's showmanship.
There is a picture.
That picture of Doug Henning right there. We need to make sure that makes it. That's just
Look
powerful.
where he's holding a little tiny star at the bottom. Look.
Oh my God!
Look how magical he is.
That is magic.
Look how can you?
In the red shirt there with the star.
Yep, that's it. Look,
Oh,
dude, you telling me that guy didn't get chicks? I mean, maybe not, but
No, he got it. He was on the scene. This is the 70s, man.
bro, there's one where he's holding an orb. Can you scroll up? Oh no, that's not it. It's a better orb. It's way more magical.
That
Keep
one?
going. Look at him levitating.
He's levitating while he's holding a magic orb.
Can you do that?
Oh, no, actually, is that an orb or is that on his shirt?
No, it's his bowling ball. No, go. Give us more selections, please.
Oh my God.
More.
What about the one where he's leaning
Oh.
in his crazy costume? Go there
Oh,
on the far
top left.
Oh,
Dude,
look at that.
what's he leaning on? He's so
There's nothing
magical.
there.
He's magic.
There's nothing there.
Look at him.
That's an invisible box,
Dude,
man.
how much to wear that outfit down Rodeo Drive for an hour?
I'll do it free.
I would pay $100 to do it.
I'd even put the mustache and the wig on.
Dude, it is that you're telling me that homie's cooler than him?
Nobody's cooler than him.
I know.
Well, except for
Okay.
Leo Sayer. Can you please bring can you bring up Leo Sayer, please?
Leo Sayer looks good. Oh, dude, the hair is tight.
Look at this one, right? Look at this. Look at him. What is he doing? He's doing the long jump.
He's magical too.
He's doing long jump. Maybe I was thinking suspenders. I was thinking Leo Sayer.
Put on. Can you show us Mork?
You got us the way of walking.
Oh,
Isn't that
that's
the
pretty
song?
good,
Isn't
dude.
that
Magician? No. He's not a magician. He's an alien.
Who?
Mork.
Oh, yeah. Mork.
There's the suspenders top right.
Yeah. I see the suspenders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at him. What a brilliant
Look
man.
how young he was.
God, that guy would go on to do crazy, crazy heavy stuff.
He won an Academy Award for Goodwood Hunting.
Dude, the world according to Garp.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what?
He also, remember like a 1 hour photo, he was a crazy killer?
Oh yeah,
He's a super talent. He's a mega talent. He was a mega talent.
he was a mega talent. What a tragic tale.
Yeah.
That's almost as tragic as your two movies, 21 and 22 Jump Street.
What are you talking about?
Mount Robmore. Because it was a tragedy what happened in those movies. I don't want to give it away.
Oh, about my
Yes.
ding-a-ling
Your
being
Johnson.
shot off.
Yep.
You know, that was in the movies, so it's fictional. It didn't really happen, you know.
Didn't it?
No. I mean,
Do you have one still?
yes. Why the look? Why?
That's because Twitter's totally not accurate then. They're saying,
It's just a movie, man.
okay, well
It's
look,
just a movie.
I love those movies. I really do.
Good.
So who directed those movies?
Chris Miller and Phil Lord are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They're unbelievable writers, unbelievable directors. They've done a bunch of other projects.
Did you love working on those films?
Yes, because they were great at comedy, and Jonah was great at comedy, and Channing was great at comedy. Everybody they brought in, it was just everybody was there to play, have fun. They improvised a ton. They had a great script to start with.
Yeah.
And the directors are, they're just.
Was it two guys on each
It was
tandem?
yeah,
That's
they work together.
That's crazy.
And but they have such great comedic vision, and they really know how to tie things together.
Well, I have to say that Mount Robmore, if you stack all the movies we talked about today, I don't know how you get out of watching all those and still have a stomach from laughing, because and this this episode is not to stroke you, it's to celebrate what you've done amongst all the other films. Those are my personal favorites.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
And I think that people are going to be excited to hear those behind the scenes stories.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope so too. I hope they enjoy them.
They will.
And I'm sure there's going to be people writing in. People. Well, we can't. We'll talk about this next time. We'll talk about this next episode.
We're done. Are we done talking right now?
I think we are. I think we got to go. Claire flipping you off again.
Claire,
so that's usually the sign that
she's like, you got 1 minute left.
Yeah. And then when I say, how about me? She's like, you're good.
Yeah. She always tells me 1 minute left, even when we're eating lunch.
Yeah.
Weird. Well, I guess fair.
Fair to you.
Fair.
This has been Riggle's Picks. I'm Rob Riggle.
I'm Darren Leader.
Thank you, everybody.